Hello and welcome back to the channel Think Build Test. Today we're going to be showing you how we got from this to this.
Don't do that.
I apologize for the delay on this video. It's super hard to keep continuity on something that takes a couple of weeks to get done. So I wanted to be able to complete a thought and get you guys a full video. So I'm going to give you a little bit of sneak peek of the completion of this, and then we'll walk you through how we got to it. Okay, we'll give old Thompson's water seal one more shot at this. We'll try it wet. I'm going to slip these angle irons in to cover the gap in the bottom. We'll pretend like I did the watering part first and didn't forget. So it looks like when we vibrated this with the Sawzall, that it did help when we did these walls. We just came up against these large rock aggregates getting caught on rebar for our primary problem.
So a lot of you are wondering why I chose to go this high when I have a hole right here. And it's a very complicated answer, actually. This is the scrap wood that I had that was that right size, so I used it. So there, scientific is what I had. But seriously, this is our good 4-inch wall already starting here, and it gets deeper from there as it slopes up underneath the concrete. So we're at the point where we don't need it to be doubled up anymore. The thinness of the bottom, we're losing that as the slope ramps up. So bringing that cream right to the top. Okay, so I think I want to put a slight lip to be able to come off. So I'm going to build up the back edge just a little bit. Okay, so I think I do want to try to address this hole while I am here. So I'm just going to make myself a little jig to hold stuff in place. so I got that patched up down there. That'll be pretty good. I'm going ahead and hitting these larger gaps with the concrete with the aggregate in it because these are larger holes. So I'm just kind of hitting those and adding a little bit with the rock in there. Give it a little more strength with that. I mean, assumed. Everything else is going to be kind of brick pointing with like a mortar to fill in. But I just wanted to get these deeper divots with a little more aggregate in it. I don't know, right or wrong, this is what I'm choosing to do. Feels right to me. Old trowels that are 30 years old. So this is what it looks like if you want to do this on your own and you don't have all this equipment bought and you don't want to spend thousands of dollars on tools and equipment to do a one-time job. So anyway, yeah. I'm excited to get to doing the pointing because I hate troweling those little rocks in. They just flip up and they make it feel like crap. So we'll be getting to the mortar soon. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead. It's still a little wet. I'm gonna take this off and see how that held and see if I got a little bit of stuff that I can do a finishing trowel finally. Oh. Okay, so we're here in the pit a day later. The concrete's had time to set up and let's see how things look. I wanted to try releasing the forms while it's still a little wet and see if that made a big difference. And we'll see how it goes. I messed up this lip a little bit. Try and get this out. Maybe it's too wet. I wanted to see if it was easier to let it go. Oh well. It's gonna be a good wall, eh? You seen the reveal of the big wall? I think it's all strong stuff, no cracks, no pits. I've seen people watering that, so I may try and spritz the wet concrete to, I don't know if that helps a cure or what, but this did pretty good. I think everything is ready to be pointed with mortar now. I got rid of the huge divots here, huge divot here, so now we won't have any weak spots. And yeah, I know, this is just my theory, what I'm going off of. Professionals, engineers, and this stuff, they're probably going, you're full of crap, but I'm all right with it. It's gonna be a good pit. It's gonna be good. I can't wait to get into mortar. I feel like I do a lot better when there's no rock in the mix to bounce my trowel on. All right, so those are good to set for a couple more days. Just leave them alone. I think I'm still gonna add the crack pointing to this video, but that's gonna be later in the week. And what do you guys think about these lights? Is the lighting looking a little better? Let me know what you think. And if you haven't yet, go check out the installation and review video we did of these. Cheapest ones I could find on Amazon. Okay, so right now I'm just going and doing some brick pointing, getting these deeper cracks, filling up first, and then I'm coming back after I've gotten the deep spots filled with the pointing and smoothing it over with the trowel. We got a couple of those big divots filled, so that's gonna be nice. That thicker mortar is working real good on that. Just been coming and wetting this down, sanding over some of the small pits there and there and there. I don't know,
trying to see what I like first before I do the rest of it, trying to do some spot areas. But we're moving on. I much prefer using a rubber foam grout trowel or whatever. They're a lot more forgiving. When stuff pushes back, it doesn't have to bounce up and ruin everything else, so it's working really good for this. I've got some experience from doing some tile work in my house. I haven't been wetting the holes because I'm using a really wet mortar mix, and so the dryness from this concrete is kind of taking that extra and helping it seep into here as it bonds, so it's not really running out after it touches there. Right or wrong, I don't know. It's working really good for me. It's getting up in there and adhering and staying and not just dribbling out. I think that's about as much as I'm going to mess with this on the repairs, and enjoy some footage of all the things we did. I kind of went back and forth on whether or not I wanted dry walls or wet walls. The mortar mix is pretty large sand aggregate, so just finding that right consistency to get it to stick was the most important part. So we started off by drilling holes in the existing slab and the walls and the ground and putting rebar in there. And if you guys missed how we mixed this up, we have some mixing videos, and most of this wall was done with the tarp mix and the rolling barrel mix. So as you can see, this came out pretty good. We did chip this corner, getting the form loose because it's still a little too wet, but we've patched that over and it looks pretty good. So once we got that done, if you'll notice, this is where the hole above it was. That looks pretty good. So anyway, then we moved on to patching the rest of it. So as you can see, that big gaping hole we patched, it turned out pretty good. We got this nice and flat. Few rises where we needed to build it up a little higher, but I'm pretty happy with that. So the next thing we did is we kind of moved on to patching these shelves up. As you can see, they all came out pretty nice. We got these edges patched up good. We got our corners nice and sharp again on most places. No huge divots. We filled in underneath our light sockets where there was holes there that were left. And then we just patched our hairline cracks and defects all over the place. They were running down here. Everything's pretty flat now. Everything's pretty good. I didn't get picky about just some of these little rock marks here and there. I didn't feel the need. I didn't feel like there's any kind of a weakness in those places. And no matter what, this is going to be a shop pit. This is going to be in a hole in the ground. It's not like it's in my living room in my house, so I'm pretty happy with it right now. We took a little bit of time to get our sump drain put in here better. We made sure that all the concrete's going to help flow it out of that corner and down into the bucket. So I think that's going to turn out great. This is a huge boost of confidence to be able to see that all the work we've been putting in, all the things that were kind of a disappointment. It's been a long journey to get here. You guys have seen us through it all, and I appreciate your support. Anyway, I hope you liked the video. Hopefully you like the progress that's happening. Don't forget, we're just halfway through this project. We're going to start on the mechanical and metal sides of it now. Our next step we got going on are finishing up our electrical install, getting the lights down here. We'll be conduiting from up there. That's a little sneak peek for your next videos coming up. First thing we're going to do with our metal is get our top caps done, weld that up, paint it up. Then we're going to set that down with our mortar mix with it wet, get a good bond so that we'll be able to have some good rails for some tracks to roll back and forth. We appreciate all of your support, all your comments and likes. They've been helping, and we're just excited to get to be able to share this project with you. We'll just keep on keeping on, and we'll see you on the next video.